meet Daniel and Priya. Daniel is Canadian. Priya is from India. She came to Canada as a student. They met in Vancouver, dated for 3 years, moved in together, got married. Textbook, right? They filled an inland spousal sponsorship application themselves, downloaded the forms, followed the checklist they found online, sent it in, and felt great about it. 11 months of silence. Then, one Tuesday morning, Priya opens her email. There's a letter from IRCC. It's not an approval. It's a Procedural Fairness Letter, a PFL. The letter says the officer reviewing their file has concerns that their marriage is not genuine, that it was entered into primarily for immigration purposes. It lists the reasons. Few photos together with family, tax returns filed at different addresses, inconsistent dates between their forms, and then the part that stops their hearts. They have 15 days to respond. 15 days. To save their entire application, to save their life together in Canada. I'm Cosima McDonald, RCIC, and this is Spousal Sponsorship Files, where we walk through hypothetical cases, break down the red flags, and talk about exactly how they get addressed. Now, Daniel and Priya are hypothetical. The panic in this scenario, though, is very real. And what do you do in those 15 days determines everything. First, what is a Procedural Fairness Letter, actually? A PFL is IRCC telling you, we're about to refuse your application, and here is why. Before we do, we're giving you one chance to respond. That's it. That's the letter. It sounds terrifying, but it's actually an opportunity, the last one you get. And here's what most couples do wrong. They panic. They fire back an emotional letter within 48 hours about how much they love each other. Feelings are not evidence. The officer didn't question their feelings. The officer questioned the file. So here's what a scenario like this actually requires. 1. Read the PFL forensically. Every concern the officer lists is a question that needs a direct answer, not a general answer, a direct one. The letter says few photos with family. You answer that specific point. It says tax returns at different addresses. You explain exactly why with documents. Second, answer with evidence, not emotion. Different addresses on tax returns. Why? Maybe Priya kept her old mailing address during a transition, which is fine. Prove it. Lease agreements, utility bills, a letter from the landlord, the explanation plus the paper. Every concern gets both. And third, fill the gaps the original file left open. This file is thin because they build it from a generic checklist. The PFL response is the chance to submit what should have been there from day one. More photos across time, messages, joint finances, statutory declarations from family and friends, specific ones with dates and events. 4. The response letter itself needs structure. Concern 1, response 1, evidence attached. Concern 2, response 2, evidence attached. You make it impossible for the officer to say a concern went unaddressed. Officers are human. Make the yes easy. And the deadline, 15 days is short. Extensions are sometimes possible if you ask quickly and properly, but you plan for the deadline you have, not the one you hope for. Here's the important part. A PFL response is not a do-it-yourself project. The original application maybe was. That's how the file ended up here. But this response is the whole case now. There is no appeal that fixes a weak PFL response after the refusal lands. This is the moment where professional help stops being optional. So how does a scenario like Daniel and Priya's end? Well, when the response is built correctly, every concern answered, every answer documented, the gaps in the original file filled, the officer has what they need to be satisfied the marriage is genuine. So the applications move forward. Priya gets her PR. The 15 worst days of their life become a story they tell at dinner parties. On the other hand, when the response is emotional, rushed, or even incomplete, you're looking at a refusal. And a refusal for misrepresentation concerns can follow you into every future application. Same couple, same marriage, same love. The only difference is the file. Now, here's what I want you to take from this. A PFL is not a refusal. It's like a final exam. IRCC is showing you exactly what's on the test. The concerns are always listed right there in the letter. Answer them completely with evidence, on time, and the genuine relationship survives this. And if you filed your application yourself and you're now staring at a PFL with the clock running, that's exactly the moment to get professional eyes on it. The link to book a consultation is in my description. We go through the letter, we go through your file during our 1-hour consultation, and we build the response. 15 days is enough time if you do use it right. I'll see you on the next one.